Good morning. It is Wednesday, February 8th, and today we're going to try, what is it? Raven's Brew Coffee, Deadman's Reach, purportedly named after a landmark in Alaska. Let's go try it out. The kitchen is still barren, but you can see we got the ceiling and the trim done. For some reason, it never occurred to me that the stove would use one of these kind of plugs, because for whatever reason my mind was like, it probably just uses 3 prongs in a ground like that plug over there. Not like that. So we have the coffee here. This is Raven's Brew Deadman's Reach. Once again, purportedly named after a place in Alaska. It says on the back here, Deadman Reach is a shoal along Baranof Island in Peril Strait in the Alexander Archipelago of Southeast Alaska. We thought Deadman's Reach sounded like coffee, and we were inspired to design the special high-speed blend of very rare coffees for. I don't know what a high-speed blend is, but that sounds intense. Jump-starting your mornings, long-haul truckings, cramming for exams, winning races, inspiring great ideas and noble emotions, graveyard shifts, deadlines, states of absolute bliss, and pure coffee pleasure. On the side there it says, enough coffee elixir. The soul may blaze a trail of to the well of shining ebony of inspiring iridescence. That's a lot of words. With aid of onyx, liquor supplication may avail to bless your mortal litany to make palate luminescent. Enough of God's black ichor, the heart may hoist a sail, synapse become epiphany, consciousness transcendent. And that apparently says a Raven's Maven at the bottom of that. I don't know what that means. And then there's another thing right here that ends with a thing called the Bone Cafe. Anyway, this is supposed to be dark chocolate with a hazelnut finish, so I'm going to go ahead and just get this open here. Oh, that's another lovely fucking smell, everybody. Another lovely smell. And see, I like these kind of bags because it's got the little things on the end, so I can just be like, alright, I want to close it up. Let's bend it down a little bit, and then bam, closed. I don't have to deal with any fucking Ziploc crap. Now that that's going, I'm gonna go take a shower, and then we'll talk about something and come back and try it. So since Christmas of 2022, I made it sort of my mission to start watching through all of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, because at some point I was just like, you know what, I want to be in on the memes, and I want to see what all the hubbub is about, because I have several friends who just never will shut the fuck up about JoJo's, and it's like their favorite thing in the world. So I gave it a shot. I watched the entire first part, that's Phantom Blood, in like a week, not even a full week, like a couple of days, and I thought it was really good. I thought the story was kind of funky, but it is what it is. It is a bizarre adventure after all. And then just recently I finished part 2, Battle Tendency, which I thought was much better. I liked the characters a lot more in part 2. The amount of times that I said, oh good, the Nazi is here, is a lot, and it's scary because von Stroheim is such a trip of a character. He's great. Aside from being a Nazi. I think my favorite thing about JoJo's so far is just its embracing of just doing whatever the fuck you want. Because, you have these immortal beings, the Pillar Men, and one of them's like, JoJo, I challenge you to a chariot race. Instead of a normal fight like you would expect out of a shonen anime, there's just, hey, we got these weird vampire horses. Let's do a chariot race around the Colosseum in Rome with a bunch of vampires just watching us. Also, I really like their lore behind vampires. They're like, I guess they're kind of more like zombies-ish. I do like the whole stone mask thing dating back to the Pillar Men, and then I just like the lore behind that a lot. What I've also been doing, and this is sort of a New Year's resolution for me, is I'm going to start just listening to more bands, because I usually just stick in my area. You got Ghost, you got My Chemical Romance, you got Green Day, you got Slipknot. I usually just kind of stick there, It's with electronic music that I'm more willing to sort of branch out into different genres and different artists. One of the big things is 10 years ago, when I started this, 10 years ago, I made fun of and shit on a lot of bands that I haven't even heard for literally no reason other than I wanted to fit in with a group of people who were also making fun of those bands. And then I was like, you know what, maybe I should actually, I don't know, listen to those bands that I made fun of and see if anything's changed. Turns out, they're pretty fucking good. I really like Black Veil Bride's A Day to Remember is pretty damn good. I'm not super into Falling in Reverse, but they're not bad. My buddy Nif Taco made me a playlist called A Taste of Core, and it's just like a bunch of like early 2010s metalcore that I missed out on because I just made fun of it for no reason. A band that I got into recently is Ice Nine Kills. I listened to both their Silver Scream albums front to back. They're great. There are a couple of songs on both those albums that I'm not this big super fan of, like especially on Silver Scream 2, Assault and Batteries, the song they made about Chucky. At least I think that's on Silver Scream 2. But it's not that good. It's a little goofy. It ends with na 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 na, fuck you. And I'm just like, really? And then there's like ad lib in the background like, mommy, my toy's alive, and stuff like that. It's like, I don't like this one that much. I really like The American Nightmare and Stabbing in the Dark from the first Silver Scream record. Those are probably my favorites off it. They're just so catchy. Off the second Silver Scream, I really like Hip to Be Scared and the shower scene, and Welcome to Horrorwood. Welcome to Horrorwood will just start playing in my head randomly at any hour of the day. It's great. Eventually this back room's gonna get painted too, so we can get rid of this big, weird, just emptiness. Alright, now that we got it poured. Ooh, smells good. I have high hopes for this, so, you know what, I'm gonna spoon it. I'm gonna spoon this one. Just because it's so hot. Okay, it's got that dark chocolate bitterness that you would expect. I'm not really tasting the hazelnut. I wonder if that'll be enhanced with sugar and creamer, because I know in previous coffees that's something that's happened. Today's creamer of choice is once again French vanilla, so your mileage may vary as always, just letting you know. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to this. Alright, now that that's stirred in, give it a shot. There it is. So, just as I predicted, the French vanilla actually brought out the hazelnut flavor, then give it a great finish there. It's also another really smooth coffee. I've had a lot of smooth coffees. This just goes down so easy. It's so good. Ooh, that's good. So for context, I put just a little bit of creamer and 3 spoonfuls of sugar in it, and that really brought out just the fullness of the hazelnut flavor. The dark chocolate flavor is still there, it's just not as bitter. It tastes a little more like actual chocolatey, probably because, you know, coffee creamer, at least the one I used, is a dairy product. So this is yet another coffee that I would highly recommend you picking up. Of course, there'll be a link in the description to where you can buy a bag. Not sponsored, but I would love to be. Thank you guys so very much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this one, please consider subscribing. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.